Hey friends, and welcome to this new video dedicated to the news of Garten of Banban 9. In the last few days, the world of Banban has been filled with a lot of new updates because, as you know, the Euphoric brothers have released a brand new episode of the Banban Chronicles. And this episode was not just a simple side update, but it revealed some really interesting secrets, especially about the character Flambo. I have already made several videos to talk about the backstory connected to Flambo, explaining what is really hidden behind his concept and the initial ideas the developers had for him. But today I want to bring you something even more special, because there's a detail that you might have missed and it could open up some very curious theories. In fact, near the end of the new Banban Chronicles episode, a surprising clip appears. A new family is shown. A family we had never seen before, and, unlike the others we already know, this one has a very unusual feature. All the members are completely blue. And this immediately made me think, who are these characters really? What could have been their original role in the storyline of Garten of Banban? Let me make one thing clear right away. It's very likely that this family will never appear in the main chapters of the saga, because it almost certainly is a scrapped concept during development. But that's exactly why it becomes even more interesting to try to theorize what the developers had in mind. Maybe it was meant to be some kind of alternative family to the one we already know, or maybe an experiment that never moved forward. In this video, I will show you the exact clip where this mysterious blue family shows up for the first time, and together we will try to understand what it could really mean and what hidden role it could have had in the story of Banban. Before we begin, as always, I ask you for a small but very important favor. Don't forget to leave a big like on this video to support me and let me know you enjoy these news and theories. And of course, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. That way you will always stay updated on all the news, secrets and backstories of Garten of Banban. Now let's not waste any more time. Let me show you the clip with this new family and then let's analyze it together. We have seen the clip, and now we can finally analyze this mysterious family together. As I mentioned earlier, it is very likely that these characters will never appear in the main chapters of the game, because most probably they are abandoned or modified concepts during development. But precisely for this reason, it is even more fun and interesting to make theories about their possible role and why the developers decided to create them in the first place. If we carefully observe the design, we immediately notice something fundamental. All the characters of this family have a color scheme that revolves around blue with some yellow details here and there. And these two colors are not random at all, because they are exactly the same characteristic colors of Flambo. This visual similarity already makes us understand that the connection between this family and Flambo is not accidental at all. On the contrary, it seems almost as if they were meant to be directly connected. Now, the question we can ask ourselves is, in what way? One possibility is that Flambo, at the beginning of development, was not meant to be an isolated character, but rather to be part of a real family, a group of characters united by the same colors and perhaps by the same fate. If that was the case, Flambo would not have been a unique experiment, but one of the many members of the so-called Blue family. We can imagine this family as an alternative group to those already existing in the game, perhaps designed to balance the other families we know. A sort of parallel family that, for reasons of development or story, was ultimately discarded. And this leads us to another interesting theory. Maybe the members of the Blue family would have shared the same fate as Flambo, namely being replaced by other characters who then actually entered the official series. It is a fascinating hypothesis, because it once again shows us how rich the world of Garten of Banban is, with ideas and concepts that never saw the light, but in a way survived thanks to these revelations in the Banban Chronicles. These fragments of discarded development allow us to glimpse alternative narrative lines and make us understand how many different paths the Euphoric brothers could have taken in building their saga. Ultimately, this Blue family could represent yet another lost family of Banban's kindergarten, a family that never existed in the official story, but that gives us a glimpse of what could have happened if Flambo had not been left alone. Now let's take a closer look at the members of this mysterious Blue family, because it's by observing the details that the most interesting differences come out. In the clip, we can clearly see that the Blue family is not made up of completely new characters, but rather of alternative blue versions of the Banban family members we already met in Chapter 2. But there's one big difference. Captain Fiddles is missing, and instead of simply being left out, Two extra characters appear in his place who are not part of the Banban family at all, Blue Bitter Giggle and Blue Mr. Kabob Man. And here's where things get really interesting. Because if we think about it, Bitter Giggle is not part of the Banban family at all. He actually belongs to the mutant family, which is a completely different group with its own style and identity. In the same way, Mr. Kabob Man has never been associated with the Banban family, but comes from yet another family. This means that the Blue family was not simply a recolor of the Banban family we know, but an alternative and hybrid group that mixed characters from different families. If we compare this Blue family to the final Banban family, the differences become even more obvious. The official Banban family we see in the saga includes Captain Fiddles, Queen Bouncelia, and Nabnalina, who are essential members of the group as we know it today. Instead, the Blue family not only excluded Captain Fiddles, but also did not feature Queen Bouncelia or Nabnalina, replacing them with characters that had nothing to do with that formation. This choice suggests that the developers, at least in an early stage, were exploring the idea of creating alternative families with different combinations of already existing characters to see how they could fit together. Maybe the goal was to experiment with new relationships between the characters or to build parallel families that could tell alternative stories. What is certain is that the Blue family cannot be considered just a simple Blue version of the Banban family, but a group that had substantial differences, both in composition and in meaning, and that's exactly what makes it so fascinating to analyze. We're not talking about the color, but about a family with a completely different structure, one that could have given a brand new imprint to the world of Banban if it had been kept in the official development. In conclusion, we can say that this Blue family, even though it was discarded, shows us how much the Euphoric brothers experimented with different concepts and narrative possibilities that today we can only imagine. A family that, with Bitter Giggle and Mr. Kabob Man in it, would have definitely changed the face of the saga as we know it now. Unfortunately, as we said, this Blue family will never be part of the official game, and most likely it will remain only a scrapped concept that we can observe only thanks to the Banban Chronicles. But let's be honest, it would have been really interesting to see how it could have influenced the story of Garten of Banban and what dynamics it could have brought into the saga. Maybe this family could change the fate of Flambo. It would be very interesting. Who knows, maybe in the future the developers will decide to bring back at least one of these characters and insert it somehow, even if the chances are really small. But nothing is impossible, and in the world of Banban we know this very well. Surprises are always around the corner. And now I want to hear your opinion. What do you think about this Blue family? Would you have liked to see it in the main series, or do you think it was better that it never appeared? Let me know down in the comments and write your theories, because I'm really curious to read what you think. As always, thank you so much for watching this video until the end. Your support is fundamental and always gives me the energy to bring you new content, news and theories about Garten of Banban. If you enjoyed the video, leave a big like and don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you won't miss all the upcoming updates. Thanks for watching this video until the end. We'll see each other soon with a new video, so stay tuned. A big greeting to everyone, and until next time, bye bye.